and the rupee has come off its 3.5-month highs on tracking equity markets today. The rupee ended the day at 53.28, nearly 0.2% of a decline coming in for that one. Let's also get in Subramaniam Sharma. He's Director of Greenback Forex Services and he joins us live on the show. Mr. Sharma, hi, welcome to the show. We did see levels of 52.95 today, 52.92 rather, and from that the closing of course has been on the weaker side.
Yeah, I think the rupee opened on a firm note, tracking the sharp rally in the euro. Euro has been gaining over the last week, and last week also saw quite a lot of inflows coming in, which was supportive of the rupee and rupee gain. And today it was almost trying to go toward the 50 to 80, where a break could have been little crucial for it to move further down. But I think the later part of the day, we saw the news coming in about Mulayam Singh Yadav threatening or talking of withdrawing support to the UPA government and pushing for a early election. That probably was a bit of a negative news, which saw the equity market fall, and rupee also saw pullback and it moved sharply above, and maybe a little bit of profit booking came in. So that was one of the reasons I think the rupee weakened toward the later part and closed towards the 50 to 53.30 levels.
Sure, there has been of course a fundamental reason, but Vijay, what's it showing on the charts though? The higher highs, the higher lows are still maintaining their pace. Are you looking at further moves from here?
Not really, Manisha. I've been talking about 53.20 or 53.15 as a level to watch out for on the February NSE currency derivative segment. If I am to get the USD INR at 53.15, I would love to buy for a small intermediate pull-up, maybe to a percent and a half. I doubt if it'll go past the 54.25 to 54.40 range in a hurry, but that's good enough profit for a pullback, because the dollar has been subdued for fairly long periods of time now, and the rupee is approaching a level where gaining beyond this threshold or sustaining this tempo of gains will be very difficult. Net, I would be very surprised to see the rupee appreciate up to 52.5 in the spot, in the cash segment. And I think there would be a whole lot of buying coming in if the rupee was to appreciate up to 52.5 also. So the headroom for rallies from here is fairly limited, whereas the decline may be a little more open at this point in time.
All right. Mr. Sharma, also, while there are lots of domestic cues in the market, the rupee also has been following what's happening in the international markets, with the euro falling more than 0.5%. Do you think that's something also that the rupee has seen an impact from?
I think the rupee has been definitely gaining on the back of the euro's gains. We saw the euro break the key levels of 1.3450, and it has been rallying and almost trying to reach 1.38 levels. Maybe one of the reasons for the rupee's fall today could be slightly assigned to the euro, but I think the biggest factor was definitely a lot of buying coming at lower. In fact, people have been seeing the rupee hold around 54, 50, 55, and 53.50 was not been able to break for quite some time. Rupee has been bouncing back. So this move would have probably been an opportunity for quite a lot of importers and the people who are waiting to buy at lower levels. People who have contracted last year when the rupee was at 50%, buying opportunity for them to protect their benchmark. So definitely there is a whole lot of importers and buying coming at lower level, and that's also holding the rupee, preventing it from gaining very sharply. So I think broadly the euro may be one of the reasons, but biggest reason I think is that local demand, pent-up demand, coupled with the fact that this political development which came in as a news, which saw the rupee try to pull back from its lowest levels.
Vijay, what's your sense coming in for again international currencies? How would you look at the dollar index going forward now?
Manisha, the dollar index does seem to be compressed like a spring, and if at all it was to go past the 79.85, I'm sorry, I think it'll go past the 80.40 fairly fast, and I don't see too much of room for declines here. The drawdown in a maximum pessimism case scenario in the coming few trading sessions, it's an absolutely short-term view, is unlikely to be anything below 78.80.
All right, so 78.80 is the level you're watching out for. Mr. Sharma, there has been a statement, as you mentioned about Mr. Mulayam Singh, there has been a statement from Chidambaram as well, saying that they're not looking at a possibility of forex wars just yet. This, of course, is in the context of Japanese yen falling to 2.5-year lows and staying there, and the minister is still talking it on the lower side.
I think the rupee is having its own impact, and we are seeing more demand supply factors driving on it. In fact, the gain could also be attributed to the development of this rate cut which happened, the much awaited rate cut which came in last week in the credit policy review, and also hopes that the inflation may ease out and more rate cuts to come in. And apart from the fact of the rate cut, we are also seeing quite a amount of flows coming in. Quite a lot of QIPs has come in. In fact, the IKEA deal has got clearance, and I think that flow will come in. The Etihad deal with Jet Airways is almost closed out. That acquisition may bring in around $330 million. And the government program of disinvestment, which has been successful, the Oil India offer for sale was successful. Now next week we are going to see the NTPC offer of, which will also bring in quite a lot of money. So that is keeping the rupee on the strong side. But again, once that events are over, we may go back to the fundamentals where the current account deficit continues to remain high, fiscal deficit is higher, and the pent-up demand from imports continue to be large. So that factor will once again come. So I think the near future till budget possibly we will have the positive factors driving the rupee, but at all dips there will be an opportune buying coming in which will take the rupee higher. Net I don't see a gain of the rupee below 52.50. Any gains will be a big opportunity to buy, and on the upside maybe 54.80 may be revisited as we go toward the second quarter of this financial year.
Vijay, final question to you. 52.5 for the very near term. Would you also advise exporters to start looking at those levels?
I think so, Manisha. I think at that point in time, the demand for dollars will be fairly sharp, and going up to 54.5 to 55, maybe even hitting 55.5.